every day, and you are the most servant-hearted, caring, loving people that I have gotten to spend my life with, and I love every one of you. So, here we go. So, what about this? How are you? How are you? How are you? Is your life thriving? Are your finances thriving? Are your relationships thriving? Do you love what you do as a career every day? Is your time flexibility and freedom thriving? Is your faith thriving? Is your health and wellness thriving? Yes or no? Yes or no? Think about it just for a second. Think about it, okay? Well, here's my story, and I'm sticking to it. 28 years ago, I was 43. I'll save you the math. 28 plus 43 is 71. I am 71 years old. It's a good thing you responded, or you would have gotten my lecture that said, when an old menopausal woman is up in the front of the room saying how old she is, the least you can do is say, "Oh, you look so good." Well, I don't look so good, but how many old ladies do you know have this kind of energy, right? That's Juice Plus. Juice Plus. So, I named the show Juice Plus. With me, I thought it was ridiculous. Fruits and vegetables in a capsule. What are they going to do next? But we didn't have any research. We only had one brochure, right? And this article, it's in every training I ever do, this Newsweek article talking about, can phytochemicals prevent cancer? The truth about antioxidants. That was the education that I needed, education, right? And what I found was that there's a controversy over fragmented megadosed vitamins. I learned about phytochemicals. I learned that variety was important as quantity. I learned that nobody was eating enough fruits and vegetables. I learned that what we were eating is deficient. And then I took a look around and I saw that kids are getting diseases that when I was a young nurse, only old people got, right? And I went, oh my gosh. I was supervisor of a clinic in Hawaii from the mid-70s to the early 80s, and I did not take care of one child with diabetes. And now it is epidemic in this world, right? And then I only took care of one child, Jeremy, leukemia, 3 years old, he died. I'm not over it, okay? I'm not over it. One child, now they've got hospitals and clinics popping up everywhere for pediatric cancer, which is why I bring up my age. All of this has not happened in my 71 years. Do you get it? It's happened only in my adult lifetime since I became a nurse, and I got mad, right? And so yeah, all of a sudden Juice Plus made sense. And now we do have 46 scientific peer-reviewed medical journal publications using the gold standard of research methodology, double-blind, placebo-controlled. Okay, everybody say that. Everybody repeat that back. Okay, but yeah, it made sense, but even better than that, a mission was born. And I'm so grateful. On any one day, you can massively change the direction of your life, right? And we get to be the hero. We get to be the hero in such a broken world as this. And I am also so glad I'm old, because I'm a girl in the 60s. I am so sorry you missed it. Let's just say I maxed out on it, okay? Just trust me. And though we were standing up for African American rights, I didn't even know an African American, but I knew what was right. I knew what was right. You know what I'm saying? I knew what was right. And I was standing up for women's rights and equal rights. And we were activists. Do you have to be old? How many old people are in the room? Raise your hand. You know who you are. Okay, raise your hand. Okay, so, and now what do we got? We got kids. Kids, look at this. First time in history, children born in the year 2000 or after are not going to outlive their parents, right? How does that make you feel? I want you mad, because I live my life somewhere between passion and anger, and I love it. And I believed President Kennedy when he said, one person can make a difference and everyone should try, and that's why I love you, because you were out there making that difference and trying. But I'd like a little a word that's a little bit better than try. Okay, a little bit better than try. I don't really like that word, try. So what gets in our way? Limiting beliefs. And guess what? I had them. They're all over the place. When I left home at age 18, I had two goals. I didn't want to have children because I read somewhere that about 75% of abused children will abuse their own children regardless of the decisions that they had made. I didn't want to be rich. My dad was rich, and he was an entrepreneur, and I'm so grateful. There was a time in my life I would have never even gone to his funeral, much less put it on. So this community, you helped me to grow in compassion and love. Truly, you did, because I left pretty angry, and I didn't want to be rich because he was rich. And I thought that money was the root of all evil. Since then, I've learned that's not true. It's the love of money. When the only reason you're doing something is for money. That's what gets us in trouble, okay? And look how God blessed me. My husband is the wind beneath my wings. I always say, go get yourself a gym. Not my gym. Get your own dang gym. My daughter, my kids, my grandkids. And here I didn't want to have children, and look at all the stockings hung by the chimney with care, right? And look at my horse, man, and he's even got a heart on his forehead. Whatever, okay? God showed up and showed off. And you know what? God can dream bigger. A bigger dream for you and for me than we can ever dream for ourselves. And I want you to dream. Dang it, I want you to dream. Hope. And we get to give, we get to pay forward. Hope for health, for designing our future and dreaming again, for waking to passion and purpose every day of our life, right? I mean, we get all of those things in this community. And so look, your life has purpose, your story is important, your dreams count, your voice matters, and you were born to make an impact. So yes, you can. Yes, you can if you allow yourself to experience everything that you've heard from all of these amazing people at this conference. Vision statement, we already went over that. Philanthropy. Our company cares as much about our finances as they do our health, which is pretty amazing, right? And yes, philanthropy, we've got one of the largest teams in the whole company. I didn't do anything. And 99.9% of our team, I know this, would bring up Juice Plus whether they made a dime or a dollar, okay? I know that to be true. And many of you are part-time magic, and if that's your choice, fine. You're a blessing, whether you do a little bit or a lot. You can go at your own pace. And though, is there something that might be holding you back? And I'm praying that it's been released or it will be released. Because honestly, so many of us have experienced a mission-driven career with benefit packages, expense account money, and everything else, right? I love our compensation plan because everybody starts as a partner. We did, I did, Jeff and Bernie did, Guy DeBeau, our newest founder did. Oh my gosh. And so yeah, we all started there. We all had our first conference. And then yes, of course we want to get up to at least the sales coordinator position because it's the top commission level. And what we know is that active sales coordinators are making a little over $1,000 a month. We always think of a sales coordinator as $500 to $1,000 a month. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. That kind of money can change a family's decisions on many, many things. So let's not scoff at that. And yes, we've got, over $110,000 in title rewards and club rewards and all of that. But I don't give a flying rip about that. I want you to grow your monthly paycheck. I want you to grow because your monthly paycheck is growing all the way up that marketing plan. And that's how you can pay a mortgage, right? That's how you can get a new car, right? You gotta have that solid monthly income. And I'm praying that you're going to take a look at that. And what I love is that our Juice Plus company, they pay us to learn, right? But then they also pay us to help others learn. way that our paycheck goes up is if we are serving other people, inspiring, encouraging, loving them into their next positions. And I'm telling you, most of us didn't even understand that when we got started. We just had no idea. And you know what else I love is our company is so ethical and moral. They make us put this slide in, right? The income claims. It's not for everybody, but anybody can do it. The harder and smarter you work, the more you can earn, okay? We don't make medical claims. They do the same things with the healthcare professionals when we're out there, you know, that we're not making medical claims. And we need to protect our company. And though I can say whatever I want because I'm at the top. And yes, I've lived a great life. And I'm looking at Jeff Roberti, maybe he bought his mom a car. I bought my mom a house. Okay, if I get started talking about my team, I'll never get off the stage. And I also will start bursting into tears like I did at our NMD dinner. Okay, look at them. These are the greatest people in the entire world. And yes, we've got, I don't know, about 180, we're just under 180 NMDs, but then, did you hear Shelley Mackey say she's got, 6, 7, 8 more coming up? So yeah, it's gonna be to 200 before you know it. That's what I'm thinking, right? But listen to this, more than 40, I think it's about 42, are PMDs, Presidential Marketing Directors, or Presidential Marketing Director pluses. That's like 20%. I'm not good at math, but I'm pretty sure I figured it out that way. And if it's wrong, then that's good because you don't have to be perfect. And I never liked math anyway, so too bad. Okay? And then here's the other PMD group. Look at this. And other than maybe Dr. William Sears, these are all normal people. Well, Dr. Sears and me. Oh, by the way, you're probably thinking I'm a little bit not normal, maybe a little bit crazy. Fine. I think you're pretty much not normal too. But I think that's the greatest compliment that I could give you ever in the world, okay? And then, so yes, freedom to say yes. My highlights, my husband, he's a golfer, and his biggest dream was to golf at St. Andrews. And I don't care how much money you have, you can't buy your way into St. Andrews in Scotland. But one of our Juice Plus company top leaders, they got Jim in there. I think it was the highlight of his life. Certainly, Jim, more so than marrying me or children, do you think? I don't know. And then I was able to take, the company sent me around the world, and I was able to take each of my children one by one, just one at a time with me, around the world, okay? 30 days, at least a month, like for instance in Europe, and then be able to be in a European conference. Oh my gosh, the memories. How do you even describe this, right? You can't make this thing up. How could I have dreamed this at any time in my life? Oh my gosh, my life has been so blessed. And then look at my beautiful daughter. She was at the Eltons one time. Once. Katie, I'd love to buy you another dress. Okay, that's enough. I'm going to be in trouble for that one. Okay, and then listen to this. The two most important days in your life, though, are the day you were born and the day you find out why. What do you want? What is your number one objective? Because honestly, this is critical. And I want you to think in terms of a mission-driven why and an income-driven why. What I have found is when you have two solid, strong whys, you are more likely then to do the activity for success, okay? And you want to know something cool? Do you see that whole sheet up there? That was not developed by me. I asked 27 years ago, I asked my team, why are you here? What do you love about your Juice Plus business? This is an old sheet of paper that I use over and over. Out of all of these years, it's the only way that I've been able to kind of pay forward the teaching all around how it is that you cast vision to yourself and to other people, right? And if you'll see the first two, like I love gifting health to my family and everyone I know and don't know yet, that and then I love that I can help others realize their dreams with taking control of both their health and their family's future, altruistic, loving, wonderful, okay? And then though there's the income, like I love that we've paid off our Visa bill, I can't read that down there, a Visa bill and now we're saving. I love actively building towards Christmas vacations, college tuition fund, church contributions, and retirement. Do you see what I mean by an altruistic, mission-driven why? And something that requires more income. And remember, more income gives us more choices. But I only just discovered that I wasn't thinking about you. You're worth it, right? You look at this. I love that I'm more in touch with me. I'm giving myself permission to grow. I love that I have a sense of purpose in life. I'm getting out, seeing more, doing more. You deserve all of that, right? And what do we all want is just freedom, the choices, right? And though your whys are critical. Why? Because your why turns into your story. Your story is your number one tool. Change up your story, right? And the whole world changes up for you, now and into the future. Changes your entire life. And then your second objective is, again, thinking in terms of casting vision for others. That's how we build a team. Alone, we're nothing, right? What? I'm talking to air out here, being no fun at all, right? Alone we can do so little, but together we can do so much. And what do is we connect with people. A series of educational and relationship building exposures, right? Turns a prospect into a customer, into a raving fan customer, into a team member with goals. But you don't have the right to stop at any one of those points. A customer, sales, profit, that's broken peanut shells on a bar room floor. Okay, the wealth of this business. And I mean the wealth in friendships, treasure. I'm looking at all of these national market directors that we've raised our families together, right? The treasure, golden friendships, but also the wealth, okay? Get generous. Generosity is the key to everything. And your goal every step of the way with someone is helping them to say, I want to do this. I can because of the support, the mentorship, the tools, the home office support, all of that. And by golly, I will. We give the gift of education that turns into the gift of health, that turns into the gift of teaming. We don't have the right to hold back these gifts, right? And make your passion your paycheck. Who would have thought that this would have made me rich? Just being on fire, getting that fire in your belly, mission driven, right? But what gets in our way? Perfection. I'm so sick of that. You were born to be real, not perfect. Okay, what do I care what my hair looks like right now? Well, I did 10 minutes ago, now I don't, okay? Because when I only speak the truth in love, just like Catherine Lee told me, right? It's the truth, because once I get going, you're the only thing that matters. You know, if I wet my pants, which I have done in the past, okay, thank God for pantyhose, oh, praise the Lord. What will people think? What if they criticize me? I'm not important. Nobody will listen to me. I'm not smart enough. I don't have what it takes. I don't feel worthy of friends, money, or influence. I had this slide in here forever. Anybody ever seen this before? Those are my words. You didn't see me when I got started. I'm an adult child of alcoholic parents. That means I've got deep-seated feelings of unworthiness. You'd think they would just go away. They don't really just go away. You gotta work on it. But you are not alone if you're feeling that way. I am so sick of that I'm not enough, I'm not enough, I'm not enough. I got sick of it in my own self, and I'm really sick of seeing it with you guys. Okay, because you're here. You're not normal. You're special. Okay? So, it's the truth. What others say about me is none of my business. That was freeing. That helped me a little bit. And they don't know what they don't know about God's plan for my life, right? But maybe you're not being obedient to the plan that God had planned for your life. You're going to have to take some responsibility. But here's what I do know. You can't have it both ways. Rejection, yeah. Every time I'm rejected, then 28 years ago or now, I feel like somebody put a stake in my heart. So what? Get over it. Get over it. Okay, it's going to happen. I can't protect you from that. But you know, I thought somebody, I think what helped me get over this is one time I was thinking about this. And God put this thought into my head that, you know, if that person that I so wanted to get on Juice Plus, I felt so bad that they didn't, and now for the rest of their life, they're gonna be able to say, oh, I took a look at Juice Plus and it didn't make sense, or I went on it and I went off of it, and I've ruined them. And then God said to me, excuse me, I can do everything, right? If I wanted that person to be on Juice Plus, then I would have managed to put that thought into their head. Maybe they're not a nice person. Maybe they're a mean person, and they fooled you. But God knew He didn't want to improve the DNA of that mean person and all the people in their family, right? So there's a lot of lie. Listen to this. No one can make you feel inferior without your consent. That's by Eleanor Roosevelt. You talk about a beautiful, strong woman. So let go. Let God, okay? You were meant for big things. And no, you don't have to be perfect to do any of this stuff. To go on Juice Plus, be a partner, do anything. You don't have to be perfect, and this is the proof. 3 years. Brave leaders said we're supposed to be vulnerable. We don't have very many pictures from when we got that lake house because we didn't have cell phones in those days, okay? And so I use this picture a lot in casting vision about our lake house. But I covered up the middle section. What's in the middle section? Oh, it's an ashtray. Oh, it's a Coke can. I think we ate the hot dogs already. Oh, and I would love to tell you that I quit smoking right away. Oh, I quit smoking once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, 7 times, 8 times, 9 times, 10 times. Addictions. I have compassion. I can kind of hide the smoking a mistake, but I can kind of hide it. Took a lot of work. I have a lot of shame over that. I also had an eating disorder at one time and weighed about 70 pounds more than I do now, so I know what that feels like. You are acceptable as you are. God put you in this room because you're going to touch the hearts and minds of somebody, and you don't have the right to turn your back on them just because of, oh, I'm not perfect. I hate that. So you don't have to be perfect or be a perfect health specimen or be a doctor or a nurse or an athlete to help people with their health, to die knowing that you made a difference in the lives of many. And God told me He told me this. You don't have to be perfect. As a matter of fact, there aren't any perfect people, and nobody would really like a perfect person if there was one anyway, so we got to get over ourselves. He didn't, oh, the bullet hole story. Okay, I got to go quick. My biggest fear for so many years, the shame that I have felt, was that you were going to find out that I'm not that great and I'm not that smart. Now, you know, every time I go to a convention early on, I got to NMD like in 16 months, and all of a sudden it was like I was a rock star. And all these people like you guys even now, right, coming up to me and going, oh, Wendy Campbell, la, 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 la. And I'd be going, oh, Wendy, you're a fake. You're a fake. You're just a big old fake, you know? And I was trying, though, to be a good leader because it seemed like you needed a hero, you needed a leader. So all those bullet holes of life, I know bullet holes is a strong word, but bullet holes of life, all of the disappointments and the abandonments and rapes and all the crud that happens to you, you know, I was trying to cover them all up so that I would be presentable and I could be a good leader for you. And it was exhausting. It was exhausting, and finally God came to me and He said, you know what? You are a mess. You are a total mess, and you're exactly the way that I designed you on purpose. I allowed every one of those bullet holes for a reason, and you don't have the right to cover them up, because no, all of this time, it's been my light and my love that's been shining through you, and whoever's got the most bullet holes wins, because that light just shines out to the world. Anymore, no judgment. I'm sick of judgment. I can't stand judgment. And we all do it. But every time I find myself in that place of judgment, it's like I snap an imaginary rubber band. Let's get off of the judgment. We can only have compassion, not only for others, but for yourself. It took me so long. And this is what God said for me to tell to everybody, is that you're a blessing whether you do a little bit or a lot, you can go at your own pace. And, not but negates everything. And why not you? Because you're not alone. Together we're going to do this, right? When I show them how it is that they can move on up that ladder, it's if you want to, when you want.